Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.
Production.
7 Mile Radio.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Thank you for tuning in tonight for Tapped In Talk podcast. I'm Tanisha Osa. We do have a guest tonight in the person of
You're Tanisha Osa?
I'm Tanisha. This is Osa.
I'm Osa.
Tanisha
Peace.
and Osa is here, and we have a guest, Brother Bay, and of More Herbs Marketplace on 7 Mile near Southfield, and we're going to talk about the Moorish way tonight. But before we get into that, we just want to have a simple introduction. I know y'all haven't seen us in a while. It's summertime. We've definitely been outside. A lot of vacation and traveling.
It's Leo season.
Cancer season has passed. Thank you. I ain't gonna be thankful for it, but I'm glad that I had another birthday. Also,
Yes.
birthday is approaching,
My birthday is next Wednesday.
and Marcus had a birthday as well.
Yes, my fellow Leo.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
yes, thank you.
So it's been a great summer so far. We do thank you for your patience and again for tuning in with us tonight. Let's see how Osa doing. How you doing, Osa?
I am doing good. I'm feeling amazing.
Well,
Oh,
some still people.
African dance class yesterday.
well, you know how I'm feeling right now. I'm kind of all over the place a little bit, but I'm setting up new routines for myself in my life. So hopefully I can commit to something soon.
Yes, you
commit to
should.
some stuff soon.
Because it truly lifted my vibration.
I'm sure it do.
It actually advertises it is a West African dance class masquerading as a healing circle, and it lifted my spirits up.
Oh
and I've still
man,
been
just that
riding
movement, right?
Yes.
Movement is so important. You know, getting your energy flowing. I'm totally lacking that in my life right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even in my energy field. I need to work on being so
intentional.
lethargic, right?
We're going to get it.
We gonna get it. We gonna
Yes.
get the energy levels up.
Yes.
But other than that, I know we have a lot going on in the universe. You know, we always talk.
Well, today is the 888 Lionsgate portal, which is known as when this is our spiritual sun aligning with the sun that's in the sky already.
beautiful.
So this is where Orion's belt, which is historically known to align with the pyramids in Egypt, but this is when the Sirius star system starts sending a lot of light codes and it aligns with the stars. So we get a lot of downgrades or upgrades, as you could say, downloads and upgrades. My bad. And just using this as a day to stay as positive as you can, but allow yourself to release whatever comes and be intentional. You know, we could truly manifest in this portal, and I'm feeling the energy. The sun beaming, it feels so good outside.
Yeah, it's a nice day.
Yes, on top of Mercury retrograde too. So
And I'm feeling this. I mean, I had a little moment today, and I'm just thinking it was like a little retrograde, smacked me in the face a little bit. Just because it's in Virgo, so Virgo is a lot about organization, routine, and stuff like that. And so, first of all, I
ruled
was
by Mercury too.
and it's ruled by Mercury.
yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
So that it's in its own house, and it's really powerful. But I was just so down on myself today, and in regards to organizing a routine, I was so mad and I was so down on myself, and it all started last night when I burned my chicken. I was so mad at myself because I put it on. I knew I was tired, and it's like I should have put a timer on. I didn't. And I fell asleep while it was in the oven, and I burned my chicken, and I was so mad at myself all day. And then I was late for an appointment, and I'm just like, I just felt so out of control of my life and or disorganized, right? And
Yeah.
so it's definitely about organization, decluttering, just
Slowing
routine,
down.
slowing down.
Yeah.
So I'm always thankful for retrogrades, the opportunity to reevaluate and reflect, and just be more time for introspection in certain areas.
Yes.
So I'm never a person that's like, I hate retrogrades, because I find out where it's at, and I use it to my benefit to work on that area in my life. So other than that, let's hear from Brother Bay. How you doing tonight?
Yes, we have our guest, Brother Bay, Big Brother Bay.
Tell us about yourself, please.
Okay.
All right. let's
Well, I will start by letting you know that he is the owner of More Herbs Marketplace on West 7 Mile in St. Mary's. Well, yeah, I kind of wanted to give let people know about why we kind of missed the last couple weeks.
Okay, we can get into that.
So yeah, I had
Yeah.
a health scare where I was recently diagnosed with high blood pressure. It came out of nowhere. Um, what I did was Brother Bay instructed me on certain herbs that he has at the store. I took two herbs. One was the cardiovascular blend, and the other was the blood and lymphatic cleanse. And within like 3 days, my blood pressure was back to normal, and I've been taking it daily. So I am so grateful for his counsel with that. I haven't had any issues. Well, actually, I missed the day with taking it, and my blood pressure did go up that day. So knowing to stay on it, not following what the doctors, wanted. They wanted to put me on medication right away. I knew it was heavily due to stress. I have been dealing with a lot of stress, but I am grateful for the earth, for the herbs because the earth provides, nature provides, and he does a great service with helping to, provide these services and healing herbs for people. So yeah, this is Mr. More Herbs himself. How you doing today?
All is well, sis. All is well. You good?
I'm good, brother. Thank you.
Uh, Thank y'all for having me.
Absolutely. I'm excited to hear your perspective today. This is the Moorish Perspective with Brother Bay.
The Moorish Prespective.
Yes.
So we're gonna talk about. Do we call it a religion? Is it a lifestyle? What do we call it? Is it the Moors? I'm a Moor. Come on, let's just have an introduction to people who know nothing about it.
Indeed. All right. So when we talk about Moorish or that Moorish heritage, many of us over here in the West, we've been disconnected to or from who we are, our ancient foremothers and forefathers. And the Bible says, "Come, let us cut them from being a nation," and we were scattered to the four corners, due to the violations that we did, divine law, violating divine law. So the Creator punished us. So within this scattering over here in the West, we were the only people or the only nation of people whose nationality was taken away from them. Every nation witnessed some form of slavery. But over here in the West, we were taken and cut off from our descendant nature. And so our Prophet Noble Drew Ali, who came to us in 1913 with a hollow, "Come all ye Asiatics of America and hear the truth about your nationality, because you are not Negroes." So these diluted names that came during the time of slavery, from 1779 up until 1865, Negro, black, colored, was placed on a person that was being held as a slave. Now, when we watch movies, it's only from a perspective of this group is over this group. But one would have to do deep research to understand it was about what side of the fence you was on. Many don't understand or know the Confederate South was Moors. You had sisters such as Betty Smith of South Carolina who owned slaves.
Yes.
You had Anthony Johnson, the first so-called record slave owner that took his slave to court from Virginia. He was of Angola, of Africa of the East. So slavery always existed in some form or fashion. But over here, those diluted names that we fought for during the Civil War to not be called and used ever again, 7,000 of our ancestors died right there at Gettysburg, fighting for that. So once Prophet Noble Drew Ali gave us that timeline, so once we researched that timeline, 1779 until 1865, it's going to take us to the time of the Civil War. But we still have a question. Who are we before Negro, black, colored? Like, we can't go to a map and find the land of Black Estonia. You know, we're not speaking Blackanese. We don't have a black flag to represent us. It's three things that represent a people, a nation. It's territory, the people, and the laws that govern them. If I'm from China, I can take you to I can show you China on the map. I speak Cantonese, Chinese, and I have a Chinese flag to represent who I am. We can't do that for Negro, Black, Color, African, Americans. Again, these are adjectives. These are describing the noun. So who are the so-called Negro? Who is the so-called, who do they descend from? So it would take one to start to question themselves to find out this answer. And so that was the search that started with me. I was about 24, 25 years old. I was living in Georgia, Macon, Georgia at the time. And, got a 401k. Think I'm doing the American dream, saving up, be married, I'm gonna find me a wife, and I'm American dream. I'm getting ready for
Do
it.
the patriot thing, huh?
Yeah. Woke up one morning, looked in the mirror, and I asked myself, who are you? And I didn't have an answer. Like, I think that was the hardest I cried as an adult. Like, I didn't have an answer for myself. I can talk about Kobe, I can talk about who's the greatest, but I couldn't be like a so-called Chinese and tell you who my family was, who we descend from, who we represent, what we stand for. So that's what embarked the journey. That question, like Michael said, you got that man in the mirror. And like I said, I just didn't have an answer for myself that I was satisfied with, that could feed me.
So, in terms of, so Moors are a nation. You are a nation of people. So it's not a religion, it's not a lifestyle, it's a nation of people in which you belong to.
Well, religion plays its part.
Okay.
Religion plays its part. Just to deal with the geographics. So our prophet teaches us the Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites, whom inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. So just within that stanza right there, the ancient Americas, or what we call America today, North America is actually the land of Moab in the Bible. Moses received those laws at Mount Sinai. That's Philadelphia. That's where the Liberty Bell sits at. They have on that Liberty Bell Leviticus 25:10. Moses was a Levite. The Levites was charged with disseminating the laws about the house of Israel. Moabites is part of the house of Israel. So we are under those same Hebrew laws that came by way of Moses, that was confirmed by Jesus, that was perfected by Muhammad. It's the same law. So our prophet teaches us that our religion is Islamism. He put the ism on it. Islam simply means peace. I like to say positive energy activates constant elevation.
Gotcha.
And then Islam is a simple faith. It requires man's responsibilities and accountabilities to himself and his God. Like, Islam is my personal relationship with Allah. Islamism is my duty to my brother, my duty to my sister. Peace, that unity, and everything. So Prophet Noble Ali had to come and bring this back to us because, again, we went astray. We went after the gods of Europe whom we knew nothing of. And when we say Europe, I'm not saying pale-skinned nations of Europe. Europe.
Geographically, Europe.
Right.
So going back to what you said in terms of we are scattered people, would you say we are the lost tribe? Are we the tribe of Ham that was like outcast? Is that where we fit into the scenario of? And do you study the Quran? Do you study the Torah? What book do you study?
Good question. So, a wise man once told me this: "He who knows one book knows none."
Hmm.
So, Prophet Noble Drew Ali brought us our Holy Quran, the Circle 7 for the Moorish Science Temple of America, but it's our bridge builder to the Bible, basic instructions before leaving Earth. Remember, he in our 101 questionnaire, he asked us the question, what is our religion? The answer is Islamism. The next question is that the new or is that the old time religion? Answer, old time religion. That old time is the Old Testament. You will find the book of Ruth,
Yes.
the Moabitess,
Yes.
the grandmother of all those great kings, David, Solomon, Hezekiah, Joseph by Mary.
Let me tell you something, brother. I kind of can, I can go off the rails a little bit, and so you mentioned that it triggered me to think about the Masons, right? Because they subscribe. These are their figures of the Bible in which they follow. So how does your belief system fit in or tie in or fit to that system?
Um,
If you know.
Masons, uh, they keep everything in secret. We revealers of the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's a elementary form of more science
Yes.
and everything. You know, because the true Solomon Temple is Womb herself, the master builder who don't need the use of tools.
That's powerful.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So you
The
have
true
some
Solomon's Temple. We can keep on going.
questions? Yeah,
on that.
right. I'm trying not to get too broad.
Drop the knowledge, drop the knowledge, okay. So I don't know how to actually pose the question, but what is it like to be a Moorish man today?
I mean, with it, everything, it's always a challenge. You know, 'cause like I said, as we can see in our conditions, are people who don't have a foundation, you know, who don't have a guide, you know, to help make changes to their life, you know. I wasn't born with the perspective, you know, it came through study. It came through wanting to change within myself, you know. And it's funny because 9 times out of 10 when I'm dealing with, you know, the de facto government or anything like this, I remember when I was getting my social security information updated and corrected. And the lady just didn't understand it. You know, I gave her my passport card, like, look, the federal government made the changes. Like, what's the issue? And the best question she had to ask me, like, what, you learned about this in jail or something? Like, nah, I went to college. I got a college degree.
Stereotypes.
Yeah.
Like you don't seek knowledge outside of jail, though.
Wow.
But the psychology or the issue within that whole situation is she looked just like me, and she got blonde hair. So it's always been us. It's gonna continue. Our issue is always gonna be our issue until we correct ourselves.
So what do you feel about the narrative where, you know, people say, you know, black people need to stop blaming, you know, the system and, you know, the other people, right, the white people for our problems as far as the systematic place that we in and whatnot. Like, you know, you feel like we are our own problem more so than, you know, the system that we subscribe to. You know what I mean? Because that's the reason why it's a problem, because we subscribe to it, right? So you feel like we are our bigger problem or they are our bigger problem?
Yeah. So good question. So just like in ancient times, the pale-skinned nations of Europe could never defeat us. We defeated ourselves. You know, infiltration, jealousy. The same thing we see in today's time. You know, oh, this block getting more than this, or I'm gonna hit, oh, let's go, whatever the case may be. So, not to disregard the system, because, like I said, that same
Still an issue.
system, yeah, it didn't turn niggas into everybody. Now look, everybody is acting like a nigga now,
Right.
no matter what nationality.
Go.
Yeah.
There you go.
They
There
all
you go.
have subscribed to what? This program. So It's the Matrix, you know, and this is like more free us, you
So,
know.
so with that being
Morpheus.
said, I like that. I like that, right? Because I've always said, right, us being such a following monkey see, monkey do type of a culture, it's going to take for us to be more of us to uh, show and prove on the positive side of things and be boots on the ground, showing what we need to be. So some of us will just lead and do just because it's the trend, right? So with that being said, since you know the nigga, right, is the trend now, right? Is it up to us to switch the narrative, you know, so that the world will follow our trend once again?
Oh yeah, like this Egypt of the West, the great body of the Republic, the promised land, the land of milk and honey, the land of the free. Like everybody look towards the West. You know what I mean? So if you just think about our trends and just think about how it affected
Pop culture.
globally, globally. But
Pop culture. It's a
Really
culture
pop.
now. I mean, like
Yeah, it's a
something you
culture.
live by.
It's a
now.
culture.
Culture is almost like close to religion, like how you just said. You know, every person has a land, a flag, laws. A culture essentially, right?
Yeah.
So this is a man-made, what you just said. This a machine-made culture that they programmed us with, and now you see the results of it in every land. I'll say it like that.
yeah,
It's I just wanted to because this is a good discussion, especially right now. We are in a political season, right? We're in election season. We had elections yesterday. Hill Harper lost. Sorry about that. But a lot of us didn't vote, and so how does the Moore Nation? Do you participate in our politics? Do you abstain from our politics? What is your influence in that regard?
I'll bring some history with it also.
Okay.
So, like I said, as Moors or under our Moorish construct, we already had a government established here. It was known as the Great Law of Peace.
Because y'all are a sovereign nation. I mean, we have to present that. Y'all are a sovereign nation. Y'all have your own laws, even in our courts. You know, you govern by your laws in our courts. Our judges cannot really judge you all, but you are your own sovereign nation. And so how does that fit in?
It's just, well, I put it like this. What Prophet Noble Drew Ali established and set up in 1928, August 1st at 2:52 p.m. August 1st for your Leo
Right.
Leo
I'm
season.
telling you.
at 2:52 p.m.
The Moors are Leos.
He cracked the Roman seal. He put his divine authority on the record. See, he did what Jesus didn't do. Jesus didn't register with Rome. But Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, I got you now. He put his authority on the record in 1928. Vatican mirrored him, seen what he did, and then they came in February 1929 after he made his transition. See, they know what we have. How Vatican move and navigates this society,
As a nation.
that's how we are supposed to operate under a what? Religious freedom. Every time the Pope comes here, when he get off the plane, he do one thing:
Kiss the ground.
kiss the ground. Christian dominion. If it's Christian dominion, guess what? It's Christian slaves. Property, chattel. Because again, we still have to understand history. There was a Christian crusades. Who did the
Yes.
Christians crusade against?
Well, they called them, what do they call them? It wasn't heathens, but Gentiles maybe?
Pagans, all
Pagans.
all these
Everybody with them.
adjectives. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody with them.
Yeah.
And so in that regard, do you participate in our politics? Do you vote? Do
no.
you vote? Okay.
No. Left wing, right wing,
Same bird.
same bird.
Okay.
Same bird.
Do
I'm not black enough for Biden to get my vote. What do you say? If you ain't black enough, you ain't. What do you say?
You
I
ain't
don't
black
know
if
what
you don't
he
vote
said.
for me.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know because
Yeah.
Alright.
So, do you think, and we talked about our people, like as a whole, black people, do you think our powers in withstanding from politics, perhaps, or continue to, like, because right now they're courting the black vote so hard, it's ridiculous. It's like a whole show, a whole, it's like a whole minstrel right now, how they, the way they putting their sisters on TV, talk, the way they just parading us around right now is not shameful, but it's obvious.
It was like a
Did you,
soap
see
opera.
did you see the hood rat? Did you not see the hood rat Olympics we just had on my birthday in Detroit?
Oh,
right, the trial
stuff,
for
yeah.
the damn baddies.
That was your birthday.
That was
Oh,
my
really?
birthday.
Dang.
Yep.
That's
So like
yeah.
it's because there is power in us coming together and
they know that,
unifying
like,
our vote and that type of thing is our power in perhaps long term, not pie in the sky, but the whole if you could have the best, the way you want it to be in the whole world, would it be a black people and a black nation within the United States? We just, we having a real show tonight. We gonna just talk about everybody.
Within the United States.
That's what they are, honey.
It's not about what you do, it's about how you do. So
Okay.
let me show you. Okay.
All right.
We got the dollar bill, right?
Mhm.
Everybody see that?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Alright. We the only one government with two jurisdictions.
Hmm.
We the only government that's set up like that. A republic,
Yes.
for which it stands. A what?
One nation.
Republic.
One nation under God.
What was it?
One nation under God. Undivided, indivisible, justice.
With liberty and justice
Yeah.
for all.
What was it? A what?
I don't know. A
A
pledge.
republic.
A republic.
Republic.
A republic.
Pledge of allegiance to the republic. Yes.
So
So-
why are we?
And it says the republic in the Pledge of
so
Allegiance.
to have democracy and republic at the same time is like an oxymoron. Makes no
One is de jure, one is de facto.
Mhm.
This was, again, Christian dominion. We still under foreign occupation. There was foreigners in our land controlling things.
So this is our land. It's
Yeah.
it's your belief.
But you have no land. You have no true wealth without true citizenship.
It's an oxymoron.
So our government, are you yet considered an American citizen if you are under the sovereignty of the nation, the Moor nation?
A true American citizen. Remember, Donald Trump said just because you're born here don't make you a citizen.
Okay.
I'll say that one more time. Just because you're born here does not make you a citizen.
Elaborate on that more, please.
Indeed. This is why Prophet Noble Jew Ali had to come to us, because in order for us to have citizenship, in order for anyone to have citizenship, one must first have a nationality. And if we Negro, blacks of color, or if we ask the average person that look like you and I, what is your nationality? They might ask me, what's my religion?
Be like, I'm
They
American.
don't know,
ain't I?
basically.
Right.
They don't know.
Birds just
So-
chirping around the head.
Nationality and law is two components that makes up nationality. Just sanguinis and just soli, Latin, Moorish Latin. Latin, alright. The right of blood and the right of soil. So Prophet Noble Jew Ali fulfilled those components by bringing us our nationality, Moorish American. Moorish of or relating to who? The descendants of the ancient Moabites, or Moroccans born in America, or American of Moorish descent. It's one and the same. That's recognizable. That's something substantial. Like I said, North America is Upper Egypt. South America is Lower Egypt. Just as you got the white and the blue to make up the Nile, we have Ohio and Missouri to make up Old Man Mississippi. These were rivers that was dredged and used for transportation because the empire was both east and west. See, we always knew we was on both sides of the water. As you was talking about Kush, Kush had everything northeast, southeast. Ham had everything northwest, southwest. northwestern, southwestern shores of Africa. It's still the same family of these ancient times.
Yes.
Man's descent nature cannot change.
So, how? Let's just really talk about some. This is a difficult topic, and I try to be like neutral in certain topics. But what are your views, and where are you at on the Israel Hamas conflict? Where we at with that? Because I'm not really confused about it, but as a nation, as a country, in a political time that we in right now, it's hard to pick a side.
Hmm. Well, I choose what I give my energy to.
Yeah,
You know,
good answer.
and like I said, a lot of that is to keep us off from what's really behind, or what's
Yeah.
really going on.
It's a distraction.
I'm so
Exactly.
glad you're saying that.
Yeah,
I'm
you
so
know.
I'm think the whole, at this point I think all of what's going on in the world is just a big distraction from self development and the whole.
And we had,
Because if we didn't have the TVs and the internet, we wouldn't know what was going on.
Right.
And
And
then
that'd
what I
be
wanna-
something less to worry about.
What I've thought about a couple of times is that, like, has there been any point, right, where that hasn't been war going on over there, right? I think they just magnify it at certain times because, like you say,
Like,
they want
and
to
even
pull
in
our
the
attention
Bible.
over there for whatever reason. But, like, it's like always some type of conflict over there in one of the Middle Eastern countries, you know what I'm
Even
saying?
in the
Or-
Bible, there was always
See what I'm saying?
the
Always
war,
war. You know
war
what
over
I
there
mean?
in the Bible.
Always. So,
Yeah, so it
what?
wasn't
Yeah.
nothing-
What is it? Any business of ours to keep deferring our attention and our energy and our resources as a country over there, right? And we have
Yeah,
so
that's
many
crazy.
issues over here that we need to tackle and solve. You know what I'm saying?
truthfully, yeah,
Do you think we have claims to any of our ancestral lands?
we do, and it's already on the books lawfully. Like President Abraham Lincoln has an executive will. In his executive will, he had 3 provisions for those persons who was being held as slaves to be naturalized therewith, classification, identification, and the status as a citizen. That was the whole 3/5
Do you have a different ID card?
Mm-hmm.
You have a more ID card?
Mhm.
Can we see it?
So we have a nationality and identification card.
That is so interesting.
Uh,
Because I have a relative that's is a Moor, part of the Moor nation,
mhm.
and I know, like, I've seen people not be prosecuted in courts and just really be honored as a whole different, really be honored as a whole different citizen, diplomatically not considered as an American citizen, as a sovereign individual that's outside of our, the governance of the laws of America, essentially.
Yeah, and like I said, it's a lot of misinformation out
Do
there.
y'all have to pay taxes?
I mean, truthfully, don't nobody have to pay taxes.
I know, right? I mean, that's the issue.
It's-
A
and
lot of
that's-
people has
and-
won those type of cases.
And this is the issue. We don't read.
Yes, a lot of people have won those type of cases.
Yeah, if you just go to Article 16 that deal with taxes, it's voluntary. But however, in the construct of the corporate world, it's forced. Your employer forces you to fill out that W-2. You want that job, right? You're gonna fill it out. Everything is done in form and application contract. That's corporate. So what we think government
They say,
is,
oh, you can't work here unless you fill out these tax forms,
Yeah.
right? And then you're like, oh, I'm about to, I want this job.
everything is an administrative procedure, and the Administrative Procedure Act came by way of 1945. So everything, the courts, everything is done through you're not going through due process of law. It's an administrative procedure, and that's corporate,
Corporation.
which is the de facto 14th Amendment citizens. Remember, Trump said the 14th Amendment is a fake and a fraud.
Mm.
So how can we have rights? How can we Black Lives Matter when we don't even know the laws of citizenship? These are the questions we need to be having. We know Jay-Z and Beyonce's little daughter name is Blue Ivy. We knew that before she was born. We don't know her nationality though. So it's it's a deep conversation because it's gonna require one to go within themselves. You know, and it's innately within everybody.
What do you think is the biggest challenge with someone converting or accepting or becoming part of your nation?
Accepting the fact that they believed a lie all their life.
Mm. That's big. That's a huge challenge. That's a really big challenge for a lot of people. You know, I don't, I could accept that, but
I was 24,
but then like the
25,
extreme
I was
of
crying.
Like you wanted to know, and that's the key.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
people don't even
want to
think
know.
that far to even
Yeah.
pose the question, let alone dive and dig to find those answers, which is literally at your hands if you seek.
And everything is at a touch of a button now. But like I said, it's a lot of information out there. You know, and information can be injurious. It could be good.
Hmm.
So, one would, like I said, I'm thankful and stay in gratitude for finding the my temple, yeah, that I've affiliated myself with. And like I said, as you know, this is my life. This is how I live my life. This is how I do business in the corporation. Because sometimes you have to plug into the matrix. You know.
Let's talk more about the matrix and how you navigate through the matrix as a Moorish citizen.
By me, just like I said, knowing myself, I'm a Pisces.
Pisces in the house, the
All right now,
intuitive.
Water,
that's
yeah,
my moon
yeah.
sign.
So, I don't know. Ever since I was younger, just coming up working, I just knew like working with corporations or any business, like 3 years. Like I told myself this when I was like a teenager. Like the longer I'm gonna work here is 3 years, and then I gotta do something else. So I always had that about myself. So, like I said, when I came into the Moorish Prespective, I wasn't trying to make money off of people. You know what I'm saying? My thing was, what could I do to Prophet Noble Drew Ali came to uplift fallen humanity. That's not my job. He came. These are what the prophets and the messiahs that come for. But how can I be a micro? So I like the Hebrew degree, and I was getting into herbs, learning about herbs, based off changing my diet, lifestyle, things of that nature. And I don't know, I was just on Facebook one day, and I was like, do it yourself, like mix these 3 herbs, and you can help relieve mucus out your body. Cayenne, mullein leaf, fenugreek. I had my little notebook there, some little capsules, and I just started getting messages. Like, do you sell this? And I'm like, yeah.
I do now.
More herbs.
Yeah.
So knowing what I needed to do and everything in order to navigate in the matrix, like I said, I had to, before we opened more herbs, I had to work in a toxic environment, for 8 months. My firstborn was on the way here, so I wasn't, I ain't working because I'm a Moor. No, I had to, 5 o'clock, let me get up, I gotta go to work. But it was just fuel for me to like, I can't do this, like, every day, like, I'm trying to be around my child. So I already had my vision in my head of how I was gonna live my life, like, more herbs, like, was spoken in existence. I was speaking about more herbs back in 2010 when I was living in Georgia. Like, telling them, like, what I was going to have. Like, I'm going to have my own health and wellness, so I'm going to homeschool my children. Because I was just learning about all this stuff, so I'm
How
fired.
is the family structured in the nation? Is it a monogamous relationship? Are they monogamous relationships? Are they polygamous relationships? What is the family structure?
I stick with Prophet Noble Drew Ali because our Prophet Noble Drew Ali, he had 2 wives on 2 separate occasions.
That's key.
So I'm going to just say that.
Okay.
and I'll go this way. We've been so far away from ourselves and our culture, we don't understand the. We don't even understand it. It's a lot of it is being practiced with Negro mentality.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not effective as it would be as you see in other cultures. Maybe we need to get back to arranged marriages so we can stop just having all this craziness.
Oh, I totally believe in arranged marriages. I don't always say never, but I wish my daughters would just let me find them some.
Save a headache.
Like, they get a diary and all the good stuff. Like, wait a minute.
How you gonna arrange a marriage for them and you single?
Well, I can get married tomorrow. Probably. That's a choice. But still, I'm just saying. I think, thinking about the Indian culture and it's 2024. Everything seems to be different in terms of advancements and technology and all that. But some old school ways really did work and would work today if it could be implemented. But the way things is going is more and more broad. It's just getting more and more broad because now anybody can get married, so it don't really even have a value for anybody.
Yeah.
So probably can marry a dog these days. I don't know.
Shit, in a minute you'd be able to marry a tree or some dumb shit.
And that's not a dig at any group or people or anything like that. And we just talking about the sanctuary and of marriage. Now it's literally a legal contract only. It's nothing more than that for people.
Yeah.
And so we just talking about the sanctity of marriage. Osa?
Well, Brother Bear, I want to ask, what is your views on the current state of the world?
What's important to people? I mean, you see Donald Trump attempted assassination. I mean, we have to understand.
It was so funny, y'all.
It was, though. It looked fake. Like, and how can you not?
The funniest
How
part
can you
was the
not tell
whole
that it was
fist pump.
fake?
The fist pump was kind of like, yeah, we got him. To me,
He
like
didn't
we
show
did it, we pulled it
no
off.
sign of pain.
That was the fakest part of it. Too.
That was the
fake.
fakest. I wouldn't.
And it wasn't even about the. It was like, okay,
It
at
was
what
a fist
point?
pump.
When have you ever seen an attempted assassination of a president? Right.
Like, is you scared
where
or not?
he now reasserts himself into the target zone.
Like
after the shot, the first
you don't
one
know where the
missed.
bullets coming
We
from.
don't know if there's a second shooter. We don't know, but now I mean, in the middle of the Secret Service, how well are the Secret Service protecting him? If he's able to pop back out through them as a target, right in the
With somebody like these, like what are you gonna do? What is your hand gonna do? Like that bullet gonna go right through your hand.
Yeah,
So
I think,
it was
I think
really
we
hilarious.
lack critical thinking a whole lot because I don't see how a lot of people fell for that.
No, this is one year the political cycle is
but we
really,
had to really kill somebody to play it off.
Yeah,
though,
expose.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Did that really happen or?
Did it really
'Cause
happen?
we ain't
Yeah.
seen no,
Could
we
have been
heard
a
about no
crisis actor,
funerals.
right? We know about the crisis actors.
The crowd didn't panic. They didn't run like nothing.
We didn't hear we didn't see no
no
ambulances.
screaming.
come
Somebody got
after
shot in the
fact.
head. Somebody, all of them white folks gonna be screaming
Yeah,
their head
they would have
off,
been
man.
running something. They were all just looking, trying to see what was going on.
This political cycle is really showing us how fake how much pageantry is really
The grand
going on.
stage, like
It's so much pageantry. I mean, and the way they just took our whole vote from the primaries, act like this man had some cognitive ability. They knew that man wasn't cognitive. It's like the whole thing is. I've been said I wasn't voting this year.
and then the poor boy they tried to blame it on. Like he looked like they just picked somebody weak to put the whole blame on. In my opinion, it's strictly my opinion, but
We in trouble. That's all I'm gonna say. We in trouble, y'all.
Why?
We in trouble because of ignorance. A lot of people perish for lack of knowledge, right?
Mm-hmm.
We in trouble because of ignorance, and we so easily persuaded because of ignorance. Like, why? I get it. I mean, I was like, maybe I'll vote just for vote for a black lady. But I'm like, oh, but what she want to do, I can't go with that. I can't really I'm voting against myself, just. But a lot of people not gonna see it that way. It's like, and how I'm gonna vote for this person when he might have some conservative values that I subscribe to, but well, damn, he got some other stuff that's really detrimental to me as well. So it's like, you better to just I can't even vote against myself, period, for anybody, for any reason. And people don't see it like that. They like, oh, we obligated to vote, get out and vote. Black people gotta vote.
And I think that's just like making us
it's horrible.
Agree to the disillusion. Like, like, here, play this game, come vote.
You want me to stab you? You want me to shoot you? Like,
let me give you the the idea that you have some type of control over what's gonna happen.
So I can say, oh, you asked for this. And then we look, as a group, we just still on the bottom. Everything just keeps us on the bottom. And we thinking it's our vote gonna dig us out, and our vote dig us further and further in, because they see the reasons in which we vote. Oh, they voted for this because of this, and it's not even substantive in regards to any of our issues. And we won't even come together and be honest with each other about our issues. Everyone, as we want to act like you straight, I'm straight, you straight. But we ain't gonna say, oh, it's about to be a recession, y'all. Like, y'all
I think it's strategic to make us
turn
turn all against each other so we can just create more chaos. Just to create more chaos for whatever reason.
It's creating scarcity, more and more scarcity.
It's called the Matrix.
Yeah, right, the Matrix.
It's a matrixing.
That goes back to
matrixing.
Let's go back to what I was asking initially. Like, what do people care about?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day,
living, my family.
They use the several liberal arts against us. Prophet Noble Ali brought us the Circle 7.
What is the Circle 7?
That's the Moorish Holy Quran. So that's the first part of it is the 18 missing years of the one they call Jesus, his life work teachings in India, Africa, and Europe. Because when we go to the King James Bible, you only read up to when he's 12. He disputing the law. His mom looking for him. Don't you know I must be about my father's work? And then you don't hear about Jesus any longer until the age of 30. And his cousin, Yahya, John the Baptist, is telling Israel to prepare for their king. So
did Jesus go off and study those esoteric teachings?
He studied and taught. Remember they had a...
See, he was good with herbs, all of that,
Remember, he was on the run his whole life. Remember, they had a hit out for all Hebrew boys to and under. So Jesus was always on the run. That's why he never registered with Rome. He traveled. That's why he said when he was with his father. This is chapter 5 in our Circle 7. So this is a debunk of Moorish sciences, Masonic, because chapter 5 tells us about the tools of the workshop of the mind. This is a spiritual understanding. He talks about the axe and how we use the axe to chop away the useless things. All these tools, the plumbing has its place, the chisel, and he talks about the worship of the mind because he's working as a carpenter with his father, Joseph. He had tools, but Jesus was telling him about the spiritual where we build up character. The mind, know thyself. Man, know thyself, that's mind. Mind your business. But again, without the principles or the standards, how can we mind our business? The rhetoric, remember the 7 liberal arts, drama, and they know what to say, how to say it, get you caught up in it. Because again, we still have to ask ourselves, what vote are we participating in? A vote doesn't elect the president. The president is elected through the electoral college or a person that has the electoral card. The popular vote, us standing in the lines, wasting our energy, feeding the matrix, giving all this energy, waiting in line for the popular vote, which is not going to elect what the corporation already going to put in place to run their corporation.
That part we always forget about, right? We it's gonna be essentially a CEO. A president is almost like the CEO of this corporation, and it probably, it's evident at this point that it is an appointed person. The way Biden been in there, totally dysfunctional. It's like who been running the country, who been making decisions and running the
But
country.
that's where it goes back to our understanding our Moorish foundation. Like out of the Union gave birth to the Constitution. So out of the Union, you have the Iroquois Confederacy. Prior to that, you have the 13 clan mothers. That's where you get the 13 colonies from. So it's always, we come from a matriarch. So it's always in reference to our Moorish foundation, the government and the republic for which it stands in this contract. 7 articles. How many chakras you have? Important ones.
7.
Okay. The 5 things that failed in creation, the 2 things that didn't, cherubim, cherubim, is 7 again. 7 is the perfect number of the Creator. So that circle 7,
Mr. 7.
or that several liberal arts, when we turn that 7 upside down out that circle, he giving us the key, because now you have the secrets. This is the book of secrets. These secret lessons in our Holy Quran, I wish I brought it with me, but these secrets was held back from the Muslims of the West until the appropriate time was appointed for those keys to be let loose, for us to now bring it all back together. So we're the first seed. That's why the Moorish flag, which is a red flag with a 5-pointed green star, has 1 star on it, because we were first. Every nation has stars on their flag, but we have 1 star. Not to be confused or miscomprehended with the flag of Morocco. The Prophet Noble Joe Ali got our flag in 1912 and raised it in 1913. Remember, Morocco was under French occupation up until 1956. 1956. All right, just to be clear.
Yes.
Right. And so with this,
They copy everything pretty much.
not really the discovery, but the revelation that Jesus was black, and a lot of our historical remnants and icons are beneath the Vatican. How does that tie into what your nation know or proposes or anything like that?
So I'm going to kick it with the Moorish Foundation. So within our 101 questionnaires, Prophet Noble Joe Ali, Key 27, it asks, can you give in brief a line, genealogy, through which Jesus came? Some of the great fathers through which Jesus have come are started with Abraham. He didn't have to, but he started with Abraham, because Abraham got a mother and a father. But he starts with Abraham. Boaz by Ruth. Boaz is from the line of Judah, Canaanite. Ruth, the Moabitess. Alright? So that's Canaanite Moabite. Right there, that's the bloodline. Boaz by Ruth, Jesse, King David, Solomon, Hezekiah, Joseph by Mary. So the one we call Jesus, or what was that on Coming to America? His mama named Emmanuel. I'm calling him Emmanuel. Emmanuel ben Yahshua. Or the one they call Jesus. Jesus simply means justice.
Okay.
He was born in
Thank you
October.
for sharing that.
October 6th, BC. He was a Libra, justice.
Wonderful.
So that's just like you grow up and your name is Tawana, but you know, your friends start calling you TT. So everybody started, now you get, oh, hey, no, that's TT right there.
So I know that's Tawana. Yeah, I get it.
So we don't get caught up in the name. Again, we Hebrew, and so you know that J was the last letter to be added to the Hebrew alphabet. So again, the question was, where did that come from?
And we kind of getting into time, but I wanted to know do you have what is your recruitment message? If you were wanting to recruit new people to your nation, what do you say? How do you approach that? And if somebody wants to join your nation, how could they find you, locate you? What should they research if they were more interested?
So our prophet said, this is a movement for strong men and women. And if you think that your conditions can be better. You need strong men and women. So what people don't understand is sovereignty means responsibility. Sovereign means you do for yourself. So if we're sovereign, then we need to stop looking for a handout. We have everything we need.
Mm-hmm.
All we missing is each other, the unity. The Mexicans understand this. Every other nation
Everybody.
understands unity, except for us. So this is why, again, Prophet Noah Jolly brought us back these principles. And called it holy and divine instructions. So if you want to know more about yourself, you want to balance yourself out mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, know thyself. And Father God Allah, because that's the highest degree on this earth plane that one can attain. Knowledge of
To be
self.
part of your nation, would you have to convert to Islam? Is that part of the deal?
Well, it's not converting. We proclaim our nationality. And
Okay.
so, again, understanding the
It's
laws.
like the national religion, so to speak.
Just understand the laws of citizenship. Our Prophet and our warning teacher, if the Arabians, Chinese, Turks, Egyptians, if they're forced to proclaim their nationality and religion before the American government, then it's only right for every citizen alike. Why are you not forced to do that? What you born under? These are the questions we gotta ask ourselves. Again, remember the Pope kisses the ground. You're Christian property, held by bond certificates that our parents contract. You signed it. But again, we didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't know we didn't know the political aspect of Christianity. Many are aware of the political aspect of Christianity. Remember, politics is the science of government. So when we say we black, Negro, colored, black according to science means death. You ask yourself, what science? Political science. It's similar to Martus. Black in business is profitable. So as long as you're in the black, we can make money off you because you don't know self. But this is why prophets are sent to the people so the natives can stop being made a profit off of. Because once you know yourself, then you won't need an outside source. You won't be pointing a finger on external stimuli, saying this is the reason why. You understand that you have everything you need.
And tell us a little bit about how did you, let's just kind of you segue a little bit into your business. How did you get that off the ground? What was the drive? I know it's something you've had planned and prepared to do, but how did you manifest that? How did you physically bring it to being in your location? How did it get started? First months, any kind of challenges you've had or experiences where you are now with the business?
I say divine arrangement. A dollar in a dream. I didn't have a blueprint. Like I said, I was working at that one place and I was like, yo, we got to do something. I can't keep on doing this. Like, so started looking at buildings. Orders started picking up. Money started coming in.
So you was initially working from home, and you needed I need space.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, working from home, and then like I said, I was working at this place called Hollingsworth, a logistics clerk, and everything. And I was like, man, nah, this ain't for me, yo. But like I said, a little money was coming in, pay the rent, money coming in from the orders and stuff. So was able to, get the get the building, get some merchandise and start small, and then like how they say certain small business take 3 years or whatever like that. Every year it just grew, and then COVID hit, and then it was just like, yeah, we came at the right time.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
With the natural remedies.
Yeah, tell us what all you have to offer at More Herbs.
Yes.
We have a full spectrum range of health, beauty items, from alkaline water. We do made-to-order smoothies. We used to do food. Bro, remember that? We used to do food, but we don't do the hot meals any longer. But We have over 80 different herbal remedies, formulas, tea, loose powder options that you can choose from, different type of bitters, food items, snacks. Less ingredients is better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the less the better. The brand. Research your brands. Check out these companies. See who they affiliated with. What else we got in there? Come on, oh, what else we got? Handmade, safe, sane products. Um,
So if
what
it
else?
were, because I'm a supplement person, I'm like heavily supplemental B vitamins right now. But what is one thing you would recommend, a herb you would recommend for people? I don't know if I would say longevity, but just for overall health maintenance, maybe perhaps on a daily basis.
Sea moss and chlorophyll.
Really?
Hmm.
I used to do the chlorophyll tablets.
Yeah.
I used to buy those.
Daily.
Take them.
Yeah, and that's something else he also recommended with the water, drinking chlorophyll to help
Chlorophyll.
with blood pressure and cleansing.
Really? I
Mhm.
should go back to it.
Chlorophyll.
I should go back. I don't. Sometimes it's like everything sound like it's your research is like, oh, this gonna do something, and then you don't really think it's doing nothing because herbs are so mild the way they work. If you don't really always know they doing something, but you do have to know they are doing what they supposed to do, especially something like chlorophyll, right?
Yeah, yeah. Trust the process.
And so, what about detoxes? How often and what type? When? Annually, by twice a year, winter, summer. What do you suggest?
If we don't have a regimen that we go through, then yearly, twice out the year, definitely every 6 months could be good for an individual. I mean, just detoxifying the organs, period. You know, me, I've tried different things. I tried it. Well, I'll go this way. The best way I detox is around my birthday. I found that that's when my energy is like really the lowest and everything. So I really like to detoxify during those times. But it's seasonal, every 3 months, and then like I
Is
said,
that a
it's,
fasting detox, like fast or not what is it? Uncooked food, raw foods, or what type? What
yeah,
type of
so
stuff we
so
should
the
be doing?
detoxes that I offer, we recommend raw food diet,
Mm-hmm.
food, and we provide you with instructions. So we give you a list of foods that you want to incorporate and foods that we want to stay away from with our full body detox. Yeah, but I hear a lot of people speak about fasting and everything. I don't know. I do it naturally.
Mm-hmm.
I fast every day.
He do.
Like if I have me about 2 CMOS shakes, I'm good. Cause by the time I get home, 9, 10, I'm dealing with my little boys. 11, 12, when I really got me time, I'm not even thinking about food no longer. So I'm like, oh dang, I ain't eat today. What did I have? And I had my CMOS shake. And then I'm still up to 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I'm right back up at 8 o'clock in the morning. So uh, knowledge yourself. Learning what works for you. You know what I mean? Everything is not gonna work for everybody. So I'll never project my insecurities on my customers because, again, mine came through stages. You know what I mean? So it's like with me, it's beyond meat. It's not meat itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's the unseen things. It's who touched it. What's going on in these slaughterhouses. You know what I mean? So it's more so, mine was more so a spiritual awakening after I got beyond the conditioning of chewing. But once I broke that habit, I was done with meat. But now the spiritual understanding was coming. Why I'm not gonna, consume that. You are what you eat. So if it's dead, I need life. You know. So start building my mind the way that I needed to understand things. Start to actually think for yourself. Like our prophet Noah Jolly said, he came to redeem us from our mental slavery. Because like bro said, everything now is by choice. We adopted, we accepted these ways. And now it's just a generation being cycled and cycled and cycled.
That same tradition is peer pressure from dead people. That's what I call tradition, and that's what we
That's so real.
basically living off of when we talk about the religion. You know what I'm saying? The holidays, right? Even just some of our morals and standards. You know what I mean? Where we cook, dress, all of that. It's just tradition. I mean, we following from what we seen done. We ain't really like thinking for ourselves completely.
Things that's outdated too.
And 9 times out of 10, it's a disrespect to your ancient foremothers and forefathers. That's why they still use the color or the theme like Christmas, you know, green and red. They still use these color vibrations to attract you, you know what I mean? But like I said, Jesus was born in October. He was a Libra. There's only one person that was born December 25th that's noted in the Bible, and that's Nimrod, who was a Moor, evil king of Babylon. You know, and what they did, that's what Jeremiah 10, don't chop down the tree. This is the way of the heathen. And we violate these divine laws, and then we understand, wonder why our conditions are the way that they are. It don't got nothing to do with the European. It's you not knowing you and what laws apply to you. Because those Michigan code laws, those statutes, those don't apply to you. It applies to that capitalized name.
I have a kind of I'm not gonna tell us when it's time, but it's kind of a light question. But do you eat crab?
Do I eat crab?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
There's no seafood. You only eat fruits and vegetables.
Mhm.
Raw
Yeah.
fruits and vegetables.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't cook
You don't
my
cook
food.
anything.
Yeah, I eat cooked food. I eat French fries. I got my guilty pleasure. I eat a potato.
Eat a potato.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, you know, if I ever went to visit Alaska and I was fishing and I caught a salmon, I probably would eat that salmon, like, just
From
to have
Alaska,
a
though.
And I only
experience.
asked because you were speaking about some of our laws that we don't adhere to and not aware of, and how it's detrimental to what we do. And I know a lot of people big on shellfish, and we like, I don't eat pork, but then they turn around and eat shellfish, and it's like that's kind of
Same
contradictory.
violation,
So that's
yeah.
why I was asking
Yeah.
specifically about shellfish for you.
Yeah, no shellfish, no pork. I tell anybody, like I said,
Plant-based.
if we are there, at least stick within the dietary laws. All our meat laws is in Isaiah, Deuteronomy, you know. So, like I said, again, the perspective changed with me because I'm like, okay, but these ain't the animals of ancient times neither. So again, like I said, I still have to put other things into perspective. But we have our dietary laws, you know. But again, here it is, native Hebrews. But we Christmas, Thanksgiving, got that ham, got them chitterlings.
So is the entire Moorish nation? Is the entire Moorish nation? I didn't see. I'm facing. I'm sorry. I didn't see. But we gonna wrap up. But I just want to know, is the entire Moorish nation vegetarian?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay. All right.
Everybody got their own will.
Okay. So close us out tonight. Thanks
well,
for coming.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
Yes, thank you, Brother Bay, for coming in with the
Thank you,
Moorish
thank you.
Perspective. I wish you all a beautiful, happy 888 and the rest of y'all week. This is Tapped In Talk signing out. Peace.
Good night and good day, everybody.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.